Hello, Libra. So let's see what's in your energies currently. Remember, these are general. Take what works and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But let's see what the cards have to say for you guys. Okay, first up, in what this reading is about, you have the Devil, and that's clarified by the Empress. In your current energies, you have the Page of Pentacles. In your near future, you have the Nine of Wands. Your challenge regarding this, you have the Nine of Swords reversed, and what's recommended for you is the Hierophant. So this situation, whatever it is regarding you, has something to do with a little bit, it could be about anxieties, it could be about some addictions, things that you enjoy, pastimes that you enjoy that you know are not really the best for you. So it's kind of like drug, sex, and rock and roll, but like kind of a little bit too much. You enjoy whatever this is to a certain degree, unless it's anxiety, but that's like you're doing it to yourself in a way. But because we have the Empress here clarifying what this devil's here for, it has something to do with your abundance. So I don't want to say you might be screwing yourself in some kind of way and you know you're screwing yourself. And something to do with like, if there's something that you were trying to grow or do, like a business idea or even just your money or something, you kind of are either like being, I don't want to say being lazy, but you're not focusing on it. You're kind of doing other stuff and letting it kind of just wait or hang in there, or maybe you need to be saving money for something that was going to benefit you in the future, and that could benefit something like your abundance in the future, but you're kind of like pissing it away currently. So there's something here that you're not really staying focused on growing or achieving certain goals that will give you this kind of this abundance or this security feeling. So you're kind of in this devil energy of kind of hanging out, running these streets, you know, or just kind of just not really being focused and enjoying things a little bit too much, but not really getting down to business. So this is regarding whatever that represents for you, whatever your little devil energy is in your life. This reading is about that situation. Now, but in your current energies, you have the Page of Pentacles. So I think this is really good. I think maybe you're starting to kind of come out of that. Maybe you're starting to realize that you got to get shit done here, Libras. You got to get shit done to a certain degree, or whatever this situation is, because this just could be one aspect of your lives. You know, obviously we have multiple aspects. So there could be one aspect that you think could be potentially really beneficial for you, but you're just not really getting started, or you put it on pause a little bit and you're focusing on other things that may not be as beneficial for you. So take this how this resonates. But the pages, they're students. So this could be something you're trying to figure out the details. And sometimes when you figure out the details, you got to try things multiple ways and you have to be flexible. So I think this is really positive. I think you're starting to kind of try to figure out or sort through some of this a little bit and figure out what practically you are doing in your life, like to achieve this Empress, whatever this Empress represents for you, this kind of abundance, this growing something, this comfort. It's like a level of comfort as well. I think you're trying to start figuring out like the steps about that. So that's really good. But what's coming in for you is the Nine of Wands. And this is saying that I think you're going to just be you're going to be hanging in there. So that's really positive too. The Nine of Wands, the guy fought a battle. He's kind of tired. He doesn't want to fight anymore. But I always see him as like, if he has to fight, he's going to have to fight again. But he's just hoping he doesn't have to fight anymore. So I wonder if for some of you, you're kind of coming out of this devil energy a little bit and you're moving into more of like a practical application phase right now, where you're actually trying to test the waters, trying to figure things out or sort through some things or try different things. If this is some kind of hobby or pastime that wasn't really, really good, like some kind of addiction thing or something that you know is not really serving you, you might be trying different things to try to get out of that. And I think the Nine of Wands, what's coming in for you is that you're going to still be hanging in there. Like you might not be fully over this devil energy, but you're going to be trying to move into a better direction. So even if this is something that you're trying to get started off the ground, like a business, you might not be full speed ahead with it in the near future, but you're still doing what you need to do, at least somewhat, to try to get it off the ground or try to focus on it a little bit more than what you have been focusing on in the past. So that's really, really good. But what's challenging for you during this or regarding the situation is the Nine of Swords reverse. Now, this is about really deep-seated like fears and anxiety that like hits you to the bone, even deeper than the bone. It goes straight to the marrow. So this is about something that you really are, I think you're getting out of a comfort zone. And I wonder for some of you if this devil represents like a comfort zone. So, because to me, the Page of Pentacles, he's trying to figure things out. Sometimes, you figure things out. Sometimes it goes easy. Sometimes it doesn't go easy at all. And then with the feeling like you got to hang in there, and then with this really deep-seated fears that you have to overcome, I wonder if for some of you, the reason why you didn't really push for this Empress, whatever this Empress represents in your life, whatever this kind of abundance is for you, or this goal or achievement that you're working on, or whatever it is, I wonder if it's because it's a little bit out of a comfort zone, and if it's a little bit not easy, and it's easier to be in the devil energy of screwing around or doing whatever this is represents for you. So I don't think that this is an easy situation. I think it's going to take a lot of figuring it out and a lot of dedication and time. But I think also whatever these fears are, your challenge is to kind of recognize that you have these fears and try to maybe not overcome them. Sometimes we can't overcome these things, but try to maybe piece by piece try to work on them. So, but what's recommended for you with the Hierophant, to me, this is even saying, I feel like could be saying a few things for you depending on you. For some of you, this could be that if you need to tap into some type of religious structure, let's say for some of you, I've known people in the past, let me say it like this, who had severe drug problems, okay? And some of them, when they realize they have to get clean, they turn to certain religions, and they got really I don't want to say addicted to the religion, but they had to go really, really hardcore with the religion because that was a structure that helped them stay clean. So they had to do what they needed to do to keep them within a certain boundary of not using anymore. So, and that it worked for that person or those people, because it's been a few people. But so for some of you, let's say if it's something kind of more extreme like that, there might be a structure or system that could help you stay within a certain boundary, and it's almost like it's on your mind every day, every moment. So it helps you kind of focus away from this devil energy into something different that might help you through the devil energy. So that's what I'm getting for some of you. But for others, I think they're also even having faith, because this could even just represent having faith. To me, it could be about having faith. To me, he's a little bit more structured faith, but whatever. You have your own structured faith or whatever in your mind or whatever. So it could also even just be that you just need to kind of have that inner faith that you're going to get through this, but have it where it's I would say more on the forefront of your mind if you need that, because sometimes having faith really moves mountains for people, at least if they don't have anything or they don't know how to do something. If you have faith that somehow some invisible friend, you got some invisible friends in your corner, sometimes it's very helpful and healing and beneficial during that time of stress or during these times where we're trying to stop bad patterns. But this could also represent there might be something that you can find, as far as, I don't want to say educationally, but some type of structure or educational system or something that's already out kind of in the traditional realm of society that could actually help you with some of this. Even for instance, if you guys really have an anxiety issue, and because the devil here could represent anxiety as well, fears and anxiety, and if this is really deep-seated fears and anxiety, maybe there's ways that could help you kind of help through that fear and anxiety level to try to manage it, because I feel like this devil is blocking this Empress energy here, whatever happy life, because she's not just about abundance, she's about happiness. She's very content, she's happy, she feels like she has everything, she feels relaxed, she feels at peace, she's not fearful. So for some of you, if this represents something that has to do with some inner demons or whatever, there might be ways that can help you through that, or even manage it, even if it's piece by piece. And then for others, this is how I see the Hierophant as well, because we're all different, For others, I feel like the Hierophant is kind of almost like a person, to me at least, of getting out of a comfort zone. Because the way I see him, he's a prominent member of society. Like, he's kind of like the Pope in a way. So people look up to him for wisdom. So there might be somebody, even if it's not religious, that you could look up to or get guidance from. So that could represent as well with the Hierophant, that there's somebody out there that you could gain some kind of guidance to help you master the whatever Page of Pentacles aspect you're doing, whatever you're trying out. There might be ways to master it a little bit quicker, and help you kind of stay in the game with it a little bit longer or for the long term. So that might, to me, he could be also like information, but I also see him as somebody that's just out in public. Like, to me, this is totally out of a comfort zone for me, because I don't really like attention. I like to stay in my house, So this might even symbolize for some of you, like, if this is a business idea or something like that you're going to have to go public with in a certain sense, or get some kind of exposure. I think if in that situation, and if you've been kind of screwing around and not really doing it, I think in that situation, this could be saying, like, somehow get it a little bit more public, because I'm wondering if this resonates for you guys, if for whoever, if you go a little bit more public with it, then it's almost like holding you a little bit more accountable. Okay. So it's like, okay, let's say if you started the Instagram for whatever it is, you have a business or an idea or concept or whatever, and you start an Instagram for it, and then you get a couple followers, then now it's like almost like holding you a little bit more accountable to that. Whereas you can't really just slip back into the devil energy of like Netflix and chill, because, okay, you have like 5 followers on Instagram and they like your content, and they're waiting for your next post type of thing. So take that how that resonates, because I'm kind of getting a little bit of a different thing for, different circumstances. But that's how these cards are. They can kind of represent different things for different circumstances. So always, and if you feel something different about a card or whatever that I'm not saying, you always trust your gut, because sometimes I really believe that these things come out and they're trying to send or show a message, but if you interpret it or see it differently, you always have to go with what you see or how you interpret, because that's how your spirit guides are communicating with you. So always, trust the gut. And let's see what else we get for you guys. Okay, guys, we got a lot for you here. Okay, now, first up, we have Koi Fish Spirit. There is always enough, and that's number 36 here. Now, I wonder if some of you, let's say if this is like a business or something that you're trying to work on, I wonder if some of you feel like you're not going to have enough resources, or there won't be enough people that's going to like it, or something about the anxiety could be kind of that you're not going to have enough time, or there's something where you're lacking in an area. So the Koi Fish Spirit would be saying that, there is enough. So don't stress out about that. Just kind of get the ball rolling. Because I know sometimes, at least with myself, I should say, I will get 7 steps ahead of myself. Like, I'll be thinking about starting something, and then I'll start thinking of all the damn things that could happen if I start it and all the problems, and that maybe things won't work or it won't be enough or this and that. And I almost talk myself out of something that, could have been good, but sometimes I'll try it anyway, and I realize all my fears were stupid. And not stupid, they were legitimate, but they weren't even what had happened. What didn't even transpire the way that my fears were thinking it was going to transpire. So I think because the Empress here is about abundance, so I wonder, because she feels like she has enough as well. She always has enough because she's the Empress and she's like abundant and everything. So I wonder if some of you, because with this devil energy, it could be feeling that you might be having this issue and this anxiety that you don't have enough, or there's something about lack or whatever. So, and you know what I was thinking, which was kind of interesting as well? So the devil's kind of, this, this kind of do what I want type of energy, do my pleasures and everything. And the Hierophant is actually completely opposite. He's very structured. He's very routine and regimented. So I wonder if this could also, for some of you, is saying that you need to get some type of routine a little bit. You need to have some kind of structure. No more doing what you want any which way, but you need to have some kind of structure regarding whatever this Empress, this abundance, this kind of nurturing, this kind of energy of like enough is. So, but for some of you, that if you feel like you don't have enough, or there's something about a lack, like I feel the Page of Pentacles is here saying that you can try things in a different way. And I think you're going to figure whatever this issue is for you or the situation. I really think you're going to figure it out. But I think, I'm not going to lie to you guys, with the Nine of Wands here, I really like the Nine of Wands, but the Nine of Wands always shows up when you kind of went through it a little bit. So I think you might be going through it, or you might be kind of slowly coming off of going through it or whatever, but you're hanging in there. So the Nine of Wands to me is extremely positive, because he's like, he's tired, he's fed up, he's he's had enough. But he's still hanging in there. He's still kind of like, okay, I got a little left in me type of thing, that attitude, that never die attitude. So I like the Nine of Wands. Now, Epidite, go deeper. Now, I wonder if this is saying for some of you with this fears, I wonder if you're getting involved in whatever devil activity this is, or whatever it is, anxiety, whatever, too much fun, whatever it is, because you need to go deeper as to why you have these real deep-seated fears. Because I wonder if certain fears are really causing you almost like wanting to get into your own comfort zone with the devil. Because to me, he's kind of almost like, he's not a good comfort zone, but he's a comfort zone. Things that you enjoy, to avoid maybe facing other aspects of your life, because the other aspects are a little scary or uncomfortable. So I think you would need to kind of really go deeper as to figure out how to overcome some of those fears if it is causing you to stall out on things in your life that you should be really going balls out in. So let's also see here. You have acts, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, and abandonment, and seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like the seduction is going with the devil, and I feel like the axe is going with the Hierophant over here. The seduction, with the devil energy is kind of like, oh, please come here. You want another piece of cake? Come here. The cake is delicious. It's the most amazing cake you've ever had. But you're like, no. I'm on a diet. I'm trying. You'd be like, the cake is like, yes, come here. Try me. So the devil is like the seductive energy of like, oh, I know you have bigger problems, but come here. I'll take care of you right this second type of thing. Where the axe is like, no. It's like the Hierophant. It's like, no, we got to figure it out. We have to have structure. I'm looking for the long-term gain. To me, the Hierophant is all about the long-term game as well, because it took him a while to get to where he is, and it took a lot of hard work. And I always see it as like a lot of failures and successes, but his dedication actually got him to the level that he's at. So I feel like this is saying that if there's some things that are inhibiting you, if there's some things that are kind of stopping whatever long-term gain or stalling it out, you need to kind of cut that out and be aware of the things that seduce you into this like devil energy. Because I feel like the devil energy, it's always like almost like a repeat pattern in a way. So I think it's telling you now's the time to kind of like, you stop some of it. You gotta, it's maybe once in a while with this devil thing, but not every day or not as frequently. If it is a frequent thing, whatever this represents for you, but it's time to kind of like, it's time to get it done type of thing. Because the Hierophant to me, he's all work. He's no play. He's all work. So, and you have give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. And I feel like this is saying this could be a partnership, or this could even be you. You're working on yourself, I wonder with this duality with the devil here and the Hierophant, I wonder if some of this is like you're kind of trying to overcome certain demons or certain things that haunt you, or patterns that are not really good for you, or there's certain things that aren't beneficial for you, but you're trying to work on now maybe getting out of that energy and a structure. Like you don't go from this energy of screwing around all the time to the Hierophant overnight. This is like, okay, I got to stop this pattern, and I'm going to have like a different type of pattern. I'm going to implement like a different type of routine or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is, because this is structure, this ain't easy and ain't always fun, let's be honest with you, but this kind of energy is a little bit more productive in the long run. So I think that if you're in this fear and anxiety and it's almost crippling you in a sense, you just need to give yourself a chance, and you need to trust in yourself and kind of believe that like you're worthy of doing this and you can do it, depending on what this represents for you. And I think work on your partnership. You're just working on it. You know, you might not get past this devil energy overnight, because I feel like with this Nine of Wands, you're going to kind of be, I don't say it's a battle, but you're going to be kind of worn out. You're going to be tired of this crap, you know, but it's something that it's an active thing that you have to kind of actively, and I wonder with the Nine of Wands, what's coming in for you. I wonder if some of you really are trying to move past this, and the Nine of Wands is kind of like that energy of, okay, like every day is a little bit of a battle to kind of stay on track or stay with the routine that you're trying to do. And it's a little tiresome, maybe you slip up here and there, but you're kind of standing up to it again every day. So to me, that's extremely positive if that resonates for you. Now, you have nucleus. The power within stars is the power within you. And this is just saying that you have everything. And I think that with the koi fish, I wonder if there is always enough. I wonder if this means like there's always enough of your determination and of like there's enough of your spirit or your will to make this work, to kind of get past whatever is plaguing you at the moment with this devil energy and this Nine of Swords, this fears and anxieties. Like you have enough to overcome this, even if you feel like you might not be strong enough for this or whatever, or this is not going to work out. Like I feel like this is saying that like you have everything within you. You have all the pieces. So that's beautiful. And you have throat chakra, vulnerability. Showing vulnerability is a sign of strength. So I just think that for some of you, maybe if you're having some problems, the Hierophant could be some kind of mentor or teacher that you might be able to reach out to, depending on whatever this represents for you, or even somebody that, if you get into some of these groups online, like if there's like a Facebook group for whatever, they have a Facebook group for anything, you know, or something, some kind of group online. So even maybe if you share your story or share your problems, like if this is a business and you're having a problem with certain aspects of the business, maybe there's something that you can find or connect to other people who are kind of having similar problems, or can, you know, it's not a failure for you that it's not working out. It's just you have to figure it out. Like the Page of Pentacles, he's figuring it out. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's still a student. He's figuring it out. And we're all at these pages every now and then. No matter how old you get, there's always new stuff happening. There's always something new coming up that you got to figure it out again. So I think this is saying that even if you need to ask for help regarding whatever this is, it's not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength, because you're willing to do what you need to do to get it done. And that's only going to benefit you in the long run. So that's fantastic. Now we have positive work outcomes. Consistent efforts will bring rewards, and a major purchase is worth making. Now, I really feel like, I think that you're going to overcome this because you have the Empress, and this is all about your Empress energy. You're like abundance. You're like the life. And I think that because I like the Nine of Wands here. So I think this is saying that you are going to stick with it. You're going to be tired. You're going to be fed up. You're going to be worn out, but you're sticking with it. And I think from that, you're going to get positive outcomes. And I think in a way you have to remind yourself why you're doing it. Like the Hierophant to me is like a big, this is why I'm doing this, or this is what I need to do, and kind of sticking with whatever it is to help you move past this. So then you have, if you are not the hero of your own story, then you're missing the whole point. And I think for some of you, you really need to be the hero. This could be whatever this devil energy represents for you. It doesn't matter if it's, you know, addictions, or if it's just procrastination, or if it's just fears and anxieties, whatever it is, like you are your own hero, Libra. You can do it. Libra, Libra, Libra. You can do this. You got this, guys. And then we have, sometimes it's not the people who change, it's the mask that falls off. Now, so for some of you, this could indicate that there was something that you could have realized. And even about yourself, sometimes it's like you have to get really clear with yourself. Well, you had something here. What was that thing? Go deeper. You might have to even get really clear with yourself, because I'm not saying that you're wearing a mask, but sometimes I don't want to say we lie to ourselves in a set way. We say, oh, this is fine, this is okay, I'm okay, this is okay, or whatever it is. And it's really not, but you keep telling yourself, oh, no, this is going to be okay, it's going to be okay, because you want to believe it, because maybe acknowledging that this is a bunch of BS is a lot harder, and that makes you have to make changes regarding that. So I think this could be something that you're finding out about a situation that wasn't as healthy for you, or even just the way that you perceive something. You're starting to realize that, this is not good. I got to change this up. So, and then for your little positive affirmation we have, today I make a difference. Today I will stay focused, work hard, and do my very best at everything I do. And for some of you, you might need to say this to yourself multiple times a day, depending on what you're trying to overcome with this devil energy over here. And next up, you have let the crazy ass shit go. The path to inner peace begins with 4 words, not my ducking problem. Now, I feel like the devil energy is the crazy ass shit that you're needing to let go. And I feel like with this anxiety that you're having moving into a different direction, you might be having anxieties of things that are really not your issue or your problem, but you're getting out of a comfort zone in a way. So you might be making it your issue and problem. So you just need to really, if it's not, like maybe sometimes I need to know, because I get all over the place with my mind. My mind sometimes is running around like a lunatic, and I'm like, I need to just rein it in. It's like, come back here, mind, we're pulling you back. So sometimes I have to be like, okay, what is my problem right this second? What do I have to deal with right this second? And honestly, a lot of times things are not really like right this second kind of stuff. But that's when I'm going a little bit too 100 miles an hour in my brain. So some of you might need to be like, okay, right this second, what is the issue? Is there anything attacking me or affecting me like right this second? And if not, like I'm going to take a few minutes to just sit down and try to just not be all over the place. So, and let's see what Bob Ross has to say for you guys. You have 2. That's a crooked tree. We'll send him to Washington. And that's really going, I think, with this kind of devil energy. If something is not really positive or working, you need to send it away in a sense. Bob Ross knew. And then you have it's life. It's interesting. It's fun. And I think this is just reminding you as you move from this devil situation, because it's hard work. It's not always fun now. The devil was fun to a certain degree, Now you're going to Hierophant and there's no fun. I'm just joking. I'm sure that, the Hierophant's fine in his own thing, but he's more work. But I think within this journey, you have to see the little things, see the good stuff that's going on. Now for your little stress relief and self-care card, you have stretching the body. Objective, becoming aware of bodily sensations. Stand up and stretch your arms above your head. See how far you can stretch them. Now bend over and try to touch your toes without straining. Now shake your arms and let them loosen up. Feel the gratitude of a healthy body. And that's wonderful. So now for your little spirit of the dish, you have 2 of them that will be with you during this situation. I think one of the spirits was kind of trolling some of you. But you have the Page of Drinks, which is the draft beer, and the Many Named, which is the spirit of the hoagie. So for some of you, let's say if you do have an addiction issue, I would just say, some other fizzy drink, like a root beer float, this could be for you or whatever. But I think, to me, this is saying that if this is something to do with like a non-addiction, like an alcohol addiction thing or a substance issue, I would say maybe this is just saying to relax a little bit, unwind. And the hoagie, the hoagie is his own hero, right? Because it's also called a hero. And then you got something about being the hero of your own story. So I feel like the spirits are really, really trying to send you a message here. If you're not the hero of your own story, then you're missing the whole point. So some of you, I feel like the hero, the hoagie, the blimp, is here to say that you need to be the hero of your own story. And you need to chill out as well a little bit. So let's see what else we get. I just launched that across the room. So the dinner and the movie that are recommended for you right now is action films and barbecue food. So action is kind of like heroes, right? People overcoming, having struggles and like plowing through them. So that's excellent. Now you also have Leo energy. Now this is the energies that you either are dealing with or you need to tap into or be aware of. So Leos are very, they're about like ego, individuality. They have a confidence. They're very kind of prideful people. So you might need to have that energy of like being proud of yourself or being proud of accomplishments or just kind of being, I always see them as a little bit like, I don't want to say fearless, but every Leo that I've ever met was kind of like, in a way, they kind of had this like almost like fearless aura about them. Like they can handle it. They're very proud. They're ready to go in a sense, you know? And then you also have Scorpio energy. And Scorpio is about transformation, major changes, but it's also about kind of really acknowledging some of the darker aspects of yourself. So I think for some of you, you're going to have to overcome with this Nine of Swords reversed, your fears. Like you're going to have to kind of like really come to light, like what is this devil for you? How is it affecting you? Is it negative? Is it positive? Like, what is it doing? Because honestly, when we have the devil, it's not always positive. In fact, it's never positive, but it's a learning lesson as well. I think the devil, honestly, I see him also as a teacher. Like the Hierophant is a mentor and a teacher, and I feel like the devil is the opposite. He's also a mentor and a teacher, but of things that you probably should avoid, or it makes you, like it almost, to me, I see him as somebody or an energy that really makes you face your deeper self, your inner self, your fears. If you're paying attention, you're going to learn so much from the devil energy because you're going to learn deeper about yourself. So you're going to gain a larger understanding of I don't want to say your problems, but your shadow side or the darker aspects of you. So he's a teacher as well in my mind, but it's just, that's an energy of like really kind of, like internal work. I see that as. You also have the moon, and this could be about kind of like emotions and habits and things that I also see it as like a inner stuff, like kind of things that are kind of hidden a little bit. You might not see everything so clearly with the moon. So there might be something that you really need to face. Even the moon to me sometimes is about the anxiety as well, because you can't see the path clearly. So that can kind of make you feel a little anxious. And then you have Saturn, which is all about restrictions, responsibilities, and life lessons. So I think there's kind of a lesson here to be learned. And, the Hierophant is about responsibilities and everything, and maybe sometimes restricting certain things that are not positive for you. You have the third house, which is about communication, intellect, communities, and relationships. And then you have the seventh house, which represents partnerships, marriages, friendships, and legal proceedings. And you have number 4 here, so that means it's an even number. So the special guest that'll be answering your question today, Libra, will be Mr. Predicto. Think of those questions. He'll be out here shortly. Now we have WCIV27. Oh, and you have the moon here. So I definitely think there's certain things that you might not see the path fully clearly. And I really feel like that's kind of going a little bit with the Page of Pentacles, because the students, they don't know what the hell they're doing all the time. Sometimes they screw things up and they screw them up big, and other times they do good. So it's about kind of learning. You might be learning about yourself or a situation. And even with the Nine of Wands, it's almost like, you fought, you're hanging in there, but you don't know if you're going to get another hit again. Like you're kind of standing there. You're like, okay, if it comes again, I don't know if I'm going to manage it. I got to hang in here. But it's always that energy of like, is there going to be another attack? That's how I see it. Like, are we done here? Can I go home? Can I go to bed? Or I got to stay here because some other BS might be coming my way and I got to handle it. So it's that kind of energy. So I feel like you might be in this moon phase of not really knowing exactly like what the next stage is or exactly what you should be doing, but you need to feel it out. Sometimes with the moon, you just got to feel out through the darkness, and you just have to kind of just one step at a time with that. And then we have love, and that's beautiful. And I think this is saying that you need to love yourself, because I really feel like whatever this is, I feel like it's really representing you, this situation. It's something that you're overcoming. And sometimes to overcome, you just need to really love yourself and just know that you are worthy, you're enough, and you can do this. Like, you got this, whatever this is for you. Okay, so here he is. Think of those questions, and it's time to ask. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate prediction device to ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Libra's question?
Yes.
There you go, guys. He said yes. Mr. Predicto is a man of many words, but that was the word he chose to speak here today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, month, week, year, lifetime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.